Sammy Katz, we're going to continue to keep contact with you while this situation...
Well, I can find out anything soon. My phone's about to die. I'm freezing and it's pouring rain.
Okay.
Bringing you these pictures from high above, so you can just see the number of people there with their umbrellas, soaking wet. I have a hood on my head. I'm sure there's a lot of people who came out today because I borrowed this jacket, this rain jacket, from Tony Satchel, one of our bosses at CP24, and he lent it to me. But I would have been just wearing a regular shirt, which I'm sure a lot of these people were when they were in this situation. So you can imagine how cold they are, how wet they are, and how much they want to get out of there.
Okay, Farah, we're continuing to watch this really closely. I suspect they're weeding through the group, trying to figure out and pick people out of it that they may have an idea were involved in something, holding the rest till it's all sorted.
Indeed, it has been pouring rain here, and so to describe it is to say people with some high spirits, some low spirits. Every time an individual has been released, and it's been near clockwork, almost every 5 or 10 minutes an individual has been released lately, they pump their fists in the air, some just shake their head. It's a very sad feeling for many who have walked out searching for family members drenched in the rain, holding their possessions in a plastic bag, finding no one to find them, and have made their way walking. We saw at one point a young boy, he looked perhaps 15, 16. He walked out to greet what could only be his father in a full suit. The boy didn't have shoes on. As he walked out in the rain, his father putting an umbrella over him. Individuals here who have walked up to the fence on a number of occasions asking about certain loved ones, certain family members. It's a very sad situation as we're watching at this moment. People here with very low spirits.
Now the people send it over to CP24. Stephanie Smythe. Steph, what do you have?
Well, Rena, look at that rain. This is all part of this story right now. The heavy downpour. These people are being detained at Queen and Spadina in the pouring rain. They're soaking wet. They're cold. They're chilled. There's even pets in that area where they're being held. We are experiencing some flooding around the city right now. Sammy Katz is the other person we've been speaking to in that crowd, and now Elio both say that they weren't there protesting. They were just checking the scene out. Sammy, how are you doing? And you've got, how many bars have you got left on your cell phone? And put your hand up. Just wave to us again. Where are you in this crowd? Show us where you are.
Okay, hold on. Can you guys wave if you want to lift your hands up or not? Can you see me?
Yep, okay. There you are.
Okay, so basically we're cornered in, I'd say, a spot less than 900 square feet with at least 150 people we're down to right now. The riot police are now, like, there's tons of them here now. I'm freezing cold. It was very nice to see one of the riot police go around and hand out peaches to the other officers. We have no food, we have no water, we have no shelter, and I've had to pee for the past 5 hours. So, you know, this is completely unfair. This is against, you know, this is against everything that I stand for, that Canada stands for. And, you know, the police did a great job yesterday. I do not know what happened today.
Well, I want to tell you, Sammy, we're doing our best, but the mayor will not comment on this. Adam Vaughn, the area councillor, will not comment on this. The police chief will not comment on this. The integrated security unit will not comment on this. OPP Sergeant Dave Woodford would only say that he cannot comment on this because he's not in operations on the ground there. No one wants to touch this. This is a situation that is beyond apparently anyone's comment or control. And all we can say is that we're trying to figure this situation out. We can only see that people are slowly being processed. I can tell you, Sam.
I'm still freezing, and, you know, if there's anything you guys can do, if you can keep contacting the mayor for people here. I'm not the only one. I'm standing next to people who are just walking by, just taking pictures, just trying to see what's going on. They already took the protesters away. They took them out of the crowd about an hour and a half ago, and now this is just people. Somebody was walking their dog. Another couple was going out for dinner. You know, I was just taking pictures. A lot of people were just walking by, and now we're stuck in the rain for the past 2 hours, freezing cold.
Well, the public sentiment on this, it's not good, I can tell you that, and we need to hear from the police chief, the mayor, someone who can speak to this situation that seems absurd when I'm looking at a woman in a tank top standing in the pouring rain with her arms held behind her back, threat or no threat. Processing this way seems very, very strange.
Well, there were people asking for an ambulance before, and the police aren't letting anybody go unless they're being arrested. And, you know, we can see ambulances going by, but it doesn't seem like they're coming anywhere near here. It seems like, from what I can tell, it looks like they've closed off this area to the public for blocks and blocks and blocks. I know my dad is on his way, but I doubt he's going to get anywhere near here. And now they've got TTC buses that say chartered, so I'm assuming we're all getting on TTC buses.
Okay, Sammy, we're going to stay in touch with you. They are, police are seeing this as an embarrassment to them. They are not impressed themselves with what's going on, and this situation is also a very talked about topic on Twitter right now. Here's some tweets. Insanity in downtown Toronto. People are enclosed at Queen and Spadina by police. Not giving details regarding why they are being detained. Another one says, check out CP24, Queen and Spadina, ordinary folks detained and reigned for 5 hours, boxed in by security.
A few things have changed. Richmond looks like it is reopened because cars are coming through. Adelaide looks like it has reopened as well. Cars are coming through. I'm seeing less police officers in this area than I saw earlier, but that doesn't necessarily mean they've left the area. Sometimes they redeploy. They were getting some snacks a little earlier, and that's not unusual when they're out working. They do get relief from time to time to ensure that, they're able to continue to do their job. Now, in terms of, you were mentioning, Stephanie, the number of people that were not commenting. Well, I did have one police officer who spoke to me just off the record, and I said, hey, what's going on right now? And he says, the wagons are coming. And I said, well, what about the people? What's going to happen to them? And he said, if they're in custody, they're going in a wagon. And those are his exact words. So several people in custody.
Yeah, this is an unbelievable scene, Nathan, but I might comment that the people that are being ushered away right now are all in handcuffs. They're in the plastic handcuffs. They are being moved into the bus and shipped to the detention center, or at least the processing center, down on Eastern Avenue. There are still about 150 to 200 people just standing in the pouring rain, corralled by the riot squad for no reason, no handcuffs, just standing there, not being given any water, not allowed to take bathroom breaks, not being told anything, not being given any explanation, not being asked any questions. Just simply being held in a downpour, and you can see them shivering in the pouring rain. It is cold out right now. In fact, this is probably, I would suspect, the biggest public arrest caught on camera, the biggest public detention ever caught on camera, and nobody in the city of Toronto.
A lot of passerbys, a lot of cars have pulled up. A few moments ago, we saw a man and woman start to give out Tetra Pak juice boxes, boxes upon boxes, and I walked up to the window and I asked why they decided to do this. Did they have family members? Did they have loved ones? They said no. They said they were actually watching the CP24 coverage of what's happening at Queen and Spadina, and they felt it was unjust, and they wanted to deliver something to the individuals here as they were being released from the detention. This is the first time I've seen such a behavior, and mere speculation, of course, but it might be shifting public opinion on some of these matters, where we're now seeing people driving up to join or to provide food or water to those people exiting the detention center.
What we can see right now is this situation unfolding at Queen and Spadina, where about 200 people have been held for 2.5 hours in the pouring rain. They are drenched, they are freezing cold, they're not given any water, they're not allowed to take bathroom breaks, and moreover, they're not being told why they are being held like this and when they may be either processed and arrested. And like Sammy Katz has been telling us on the inside there, he just wants to be arrested so he can get out of the rain and be processed and get warm again and maybe get something to drink. And he has had to go to the washroom for the past 5 hours, he says. So
if anything happens, I can let you know.
Look at people being let go now, Nathan, live on CP24, and away they go. Let's try to get Sammy on the line and see. Sammy, tell us.
We were just let go by police, but they've chartered buses, and there's hundreds of people on these TTC buses. They've let us go. I can barely feel my legs. I'm still soaking wet. It looks like they've been severely embarrassed in this situation. They have 6 buses, 6 TTC chartered buses full of protesters, and they're taking them to the detention center now. It looks like they didn't have the capacity to take all of us, and they've let a lot of us go. Everybody's cheering. Everybody wants to go home. Everybody's soaking wet, and they just want to